Hi there, everybody. Thomas here. Isn't that beautiful? Up here in Tennessee on the farm. And we just finished kind of cleaning up here on the barn after spending the weekend up here. Give you a little walk through. I think it's been about a month and a half since we were last up here, and I did a little video. So again, that railing over there, that fence is all cedar. That's stuff that we cut up here in the mill, put up, looks pretty beautiful. There's heart and jointed up here. Inside the barn, Dad's made a lot of progress. When you have your own sawmill, you can make your own board and batten. And not only is he making his own board and batten, he's using some beautiful poplar. State tree of Tennessee, in my opinion, one of the best trees to work with due to the fact that it grows straight, doesn't have a whole lot of branches, and handles real well and dries fast without doing a lot of checking or anything else. So we did board and batten on the back of all the walls here for the stalls. It's got a little bit more to go over there. However, if you saw my previous videos from the week, we actually cut down 2 poplar trees that had the tops of them blown out. And see, look on this, even on the back side. So you can utilize every little bit. On the front side, you won't see this because you get your batten pieces, which are squared up. But your board pieces, they can have some live edge on it. It's all cool. And heck, why not use spalted poplar? It looks absolutely gorgeous. And it's just amazing what you can do with the sawmill. Again, all these stalls here, all the wood for these stalls we've cut on the sawmill. And just saved an absolute ton of money. Going into the living quarters here, this would be if you enter into the bathroom, that would be the commode and the shower in there. That'll be a stairwell going up. There'll be a sink in there. I got Cassie in here. This is actually be the living quarters portion. We've got 10-foot tall ceilings. Again, all the structural timber above we cut on the sawmill. It's all tight grain pine that I got down in Mississippi. The rest of the walls here, standard 2x4s you can get at any of your home stores and everything. But again, in here we're gonna have a little kitchenette. And we'll have a bed and everything. Some more beautiful poplar. Going out to open here, we haven't installed any lights yet. We'll be doing that here shortly. Also, if you see these green tools here, these are all some grizzly tools. There was a gentleman who passed away up here, and his wife was wanting to sell the tools and everything and make sure they went to a good place. So we ended up getting quite a few. So we got a planer, we got a bandsaw, a table saw, got a mortiser, and a few other things, some clamps, some really cool stuff. All right. So over here, this is one of the main things we did this weekend, is our wood organization system. This entire section right here, next to where the table saw is, and on this concrete slab here, was nothing but all these slabs in the horizontal position. Now they're in a vertical position. They've already dried, and you can see we've got our, maple slabs that I cut on my mill when I first got it, my Timber King mill. Some cherry slabs, some black locust, and then cedar. And again, some of these slabs, I'll show you the height of these, and they go way up there. I think those taller slabs there, they look to be about 12 foot long. But what you see is just made these little 6-inch little bunks here. We used some wood to back off of the structure here. Our little 22-inch bunks that are 6 inches apart. Actually, these ones might be slightly more, about 6 inches. And then over here on this side, some of the smaller stuff. Again, some interesting woods here. We have some red oak that had a really neat wide crotch at the bottom. I think there's a matching set there. We can make that into like a bench. Some cherry squared up, 2x stock there with live edge. There's some cedar, about 12 inches wide, inch and a half thick. We have some black walnut some red oak, and then you've got some dimensional block walnut there in the back. But this is a great way, something quick and easy. Just threw this one together as well, mimicking what we have. Again, spacing at 6 inches. And on these, the actual boards on top, or the bunks, are 40 inches long. So you have roughly 17 inches. You count out the center portion here. You have 17 inches to hold, and it cleaned up a lot of the wood. We've got a lot of 1x2 stock. We're going to be using to cover up some of the seams inside the shop. Also, we got that big old planer running. But again, as we work in the shop, you know, it's always great to have a fridge that's packed full of some cold beverages, and then a freezer full of pigs from down in Mississippi. Our pigs that we had them processed. So in here, he's got, I think he's using like, I see R30 insulation over there. Yep, it's R30. So R30 on the walls, and then the roof structure over here. Again, all this wood in here for the roof structure we cut via our own mills. Both my father's and my mill. We're gonna do traditional, what do you call it, the pink insulation up here. However, on this lean-to section off the main structure of the barn, where we have straight up metal, we're gonna go ahead and do some closed cell spray in insulation, probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick, something comparable to what we're gonna put on the top. And on this wall over here, or maybe closer to the power box, I'll install a mini split, something along the lines of a 16,000 BTU. This is a 24 by 24 foot space. It's a mess right now because we've got all the tools in here, but with the insulation we have in here and the size that it is, I'll put the, actually I'll probably put it up on this wall here, just for ease of access. So we need about 15 or so feet from the unit to where the actual condenser is outside. But in that location, it'll have ample coverage to heat and cool this insulated space here. But again, what we're going to use with those 1x2 stock, so where these two boards match up together, we'll just put those on there just to cover it up. And eventually, we'll probably put some more in here, and these walls will be covered up with some wood that we cut. But for the time being, we just need to get them up, get this space operational, so we can actually start, you know, building wooden projects in here. The old mill here, LT15, she's running well. I want to say we cut up about 300 or so board foot of pine 1xs this weekend. In the past, we've had a few issues of this pulley coming off. Not a big major deal. I think I have finally corrected that issue. I tightened it down. It may never come off again, but we'll see. The tractor ran like a champ this weekend. We used it, if you saw my videos earlier in the week, to skid out a number of logs. The sawmill shed is still waiting to get the roof on there, just like my sawmill shed down in Mississippi is waiting to get the roof, but we will get to that. And all this stuff underneath the tin here, this is that 1x6 stock I'm talking about that we cut this weekend. There's a few that were cut beforehand, but that 1x6 stock will be cleaned up, and we'll actually use that inside the living quarters portion for the ceiling. We'll plane it down, get it all looking pretty fine and dandy, just like I did in my shop for my wife. So the other thing, see my little digger stand over there. While up here, I'm hauling back my car. I brought it up here to get some work done at the dealership. My mother now is working at Victory Honda, so able to get a pretty good deal on some maintenance, done at a certified, Honda dealership. My new yard car that I have. And since we're up here and I had room, do a hay bale on there, because why not? If you got a 25-foot trailer, use it. But the truck's doing well. We're gonna head back down to Mississippi today. Got a few more jobs I gotta get cut up throughout the week. And then hopefully we'll be back up here in 2 more weeks for some good deer season. So we moved our deer stand over to here. So I have a great about 110-yard shot down to across our little driveway here, but there's a hot spot over here where deer just roll out down by the telephone pole in the distance. They just love to hang out down there. And lastly, what I'll end on here, these are some of those black walnut logs that we pulled out just a few days ago. As you can see, these suckers are 15 foot long. The smaller one there is 15, 16 inches. I think it was actually 16 inches by tape measure. The larger one, it looks to be a little bit larger, but it does have the big old split there. So again, much appreciate all the subscribers. Love the comments. We had a successful trip. The main goal of this trip was to get our newest baby, Katie, baptized. That went very well today. She was awake all throughout the church service, and then during the actual baptismal portion at the end, she was asleep. So it was pretty cute and funny. And then my other 3 kids were okay. After about an hour-long mass, their attention span's about done. My youngest boy, in general, was the one that was keeping me sweating. But again, hope y'all enjoyed this. This is the update from the farm, September 2019. This winter we'll be getting a lot of work done in here, finish out some of those spaces, and more to follow. All right, have a good one. Thanks.